welcome to the Spotlight. Welcome to your show that always gives you the trends, gives you what is really trending on our social media network. Welcome to the show. Right time I told you that Cecilia Dapaah's name will never end soon. I told you, and it is true. Right now, some people have stepped into the ring. Paul Adom Otchere, so many people are coming through, and that's what we are here to update you. So just be part of this show. Don't go out. Just shoot a like on this video, and if you have not subscribed, subscribe to our page, and let's grow big. So, what's the trends and what is the spotlight for today? Now, our spotlight for today is simple. Cecilia Abena Dapaah, the former Sanitation and Water Resources Minister. And I will continue to say, especially where a case in our court. But people are trying to be defenders more than the word defender. You know Paul Adom Otchere. But before I get to Paul Adom Otchere, let me give you an update. Her seat, because of she resigning from her portfolio, the president has, as it were, appointed a new person. Honorable Frida Prempeh. She is the MP for Tano North. Akuffo-Addo or the Obafo for Ababeche Obana or name. We hope this one to Betanagan discuss. That is just by the way. Now the issue is that why are you laughing? It is true because a man and Anselmo Betanagan discuss. So we so on Betana. Now what is happening? Paul Adom Otchere, you know him very well. He's been hosting the Good Evening Ghana for over 20 years. Yes. And he's indeed good when it comes to his, skewing and, his way of, journalism. He said he's a center-right journalist, at the same time politician. So even though he's doing his journalism work, he always wants to attach it with this political, conundrum. And that is cool. That's for him. And it's nice, of course. Obi anyone Ghana on your politician. One way or the other, we belong to one party or the other. So it is normal. And I agree with him. He can be on the capitalist line. Maybe I am on the socialist. You are also on some one way or the other. You are a politician. Now, what is Paul Adom Otchere doing now? Paul Adom Otchere dedicated a whole of his show to talk about Cecilia Abena Dapaah. And we thought he was even coming to give us some, in-depth, update with respect to what has happened. And yes, I know by you, Paul Adom Otchere. No by in the SC Croy. No by in SC case in the cry court. Because we crumple the air pedri. No by kind, or can to the extent to say what has been reported at court, where there were inconsistencies.
Hold that. Okay. $200,000 in a bag belonging to Cecilia Dapaah. $200,000 in a bag belonging to Cecilia Dapaah was tampered with. Let's move on. 300,000 euros in a bag belonging to Mr. Osei, Cecilia Dapaah's husband, and her business was also in a bag inside the room. Okay. Jewelry in a container was also in the room, and it was also tampered with. Some of it stolen, some of it brought back, and they don't know, the police don't know how long the stealing took. But it wasn't a one-off stealing. I don't know how you call it, conversion for lawyers or whatever. It wasn't one-off stealing. It was pilfering, stealing small. Mabana comes, take 10,000, gives it. This one come, take 10,000, this one come. And somebody was caught red-handed. That's the story. I mean, that's one people know already. It's in the charge sheet that came out. The guy was caught red-handed, and he said, "Oh, me, dear, I just took this one. But yesterday, Mabna took this. He's bought a house in a man here. Mabna says Dauda took this, and he's going. Dauda says that this one took this. So that's the way the thing happened. As we say it in pidgin manner, like that. The big one, this one, $800,000 in a wooden box with a padlock in front of it. Now, the $800,000 was reported to the police and described to belong to Cecilia Dapaah's brother, Because it doesn't belong to Cecilia Dapaah and her husband. It doesn't belong to them. The $800,000, according to what Cecilia Dapaah wrote to the police, which is in the charge sheet right now as I speak to you, if you get the charge sheet, it is there. And it was written months ago. It is for her brother, who died, unfortunately, at age 60. Before the brother died, she had given this amount of money to their mother. That their mother should keep the money because he was going to use it for an enterprise. Okay, so that money was given to Cecilia Dapaah's mother before the man died. When the man died, Cecilia Dapaah's mother called her and said, your brother's money, the one he gave me for the purpose of, I'll show you the purpose as I talk the story, for the purpose of XYZ, is still with me. I think I should hand it over to you for safekeeping. So Cecilia took the money with the consent of the other siblings, the consent and concurrence, if you like. With the consent and concurrence of the other siblings, she took the money. Okay. So now the money is with her. Then her mother, who gave her the money, also unfortunately passes. And those who know Cecilia Dapaah know that she had two funerals almost close to each other. Her brother and her mother. Everybody went to Kumasi for it. President was there. Everybody was there. Okay. So when her mother died, this was still with her. And it was given to her with the consent and concurrence of her brothers. So once this was tampered with, how was she going to inform the other brothers that our brother's money that was given to me has been stolen? She was going to suffer a family integrity crisis. Hence the report to the police. That's why she reported to the police. Because this money is not for her. And the family people know that it is with her. So the other brothers also wrote a statement. In the charge sheet, they wrote a statement. The other brothers wrote and said, yes, we are aware that this box was given to Cecilia and we are aware of the contents. Because if she didn't do that, how is she going to tell the people that the money that was given to me, my brother's money, is missing? How is she going to, how is she going to deal with that? It's a family integrity issue. So it's not all the 800 that was stolen. It's not all that was stolen. But it was broken into by the breaking of the padlock. The seal was broken. So everybody knew that somebody has tampered with this. Now that's why the report was made to the police, so that there will be a public issue. Okay. With that said, so $200,000 for Cecilia Dapaah, 300,000 euros for her husband, $800,000 for the money that her brother gave to the mother died and handed it over to her.
So okay, I say, when the issue came now, Chronicle a report, Cecilia Abena Dapaah, the response by okay, the letter na by you can watch it on our page here. She made mention of the fact that the stories that came up, there have been several inconsistencies. So, omo kabrofo can say inconsistency. A patch say, engineer so. Send on no nimino, and send a report no engineer so. Into no embripemuno or Wabeka. No, is a embripemuno, no, the Nanwaka share. Paul Adom Otchere nano, hey, and then the Paul Adom Otchere, Montibi.
What are we doing? We are trying to get on an investigation to determine whether the source of funds is plausible, whether it is potentially corrupt funds, whether it is potentially stolen money from politics, or whatever it is. Okay, so we are now accounting for 300,000 euro of Cecilia Dapaah's husband, who says the 300,000 euro is for me. So this is some of his work. Let's see what some of the projects that he has done before. So notable projects of Akuffo-Addo, Sony and Partners. Number one, GCB headquarters, High Street, Accra. Does anyone know, those of you live in Accra, do you know the GCB headquarters? It was a project worth 8 million cedis. Number two, he did embassy premises of the Embassy of Russian Federation. He was paid $15 million. No, he wasn't paid. The project was worth. So I don't know how much he was paid. I don't know. But the project was worth $15 million. So let's see a few. We just selected a few of the projects. Office building of the Canadian High Commission, $600,000 was the project worth. New office of the College of Physicians and Surgeons, $3 million is the project worth. This is the kind, and this is not government projects, by the way. Okay, GCB is government a little bit. Yeah, but the rest are not government, you know. So this is what Mr. Ben Osei-Akuffo has been doing with his life over the last 50 years. Is he able to have 300,000 euro in the bag? It's up to you to answer the question. you can answer it on the text message. So those of us who are saying all the things we are saying, this is what it is. Okay, let's move on. The Tamale Teaching Hospital, that's clearly government. The worth of the project is 35 million euro. 35 million, even if his profit is 3 million euro, can he have 300,000 euro in his house? You answer the question. I don't know. 6, Silver Star Tower, $8 million. And the projects are listed here. It's on the website. It's verifiable. 200,000. The $200,000 is for Cecilia Dapaah. She has claimed it. Okay. Who is Cecilia Dapaah? Who is she? Cecilia Dapaah is a young woman who was educated, I believe, at the University of Ghana and KNUST many, many years ago. She's almost 70 years old. She has been in corporate work for a very long time throughout the 70s and the 80s. She joined politics. Her mother is a queen mother and her brother is a chief. She joined politics, and in 2001, she was a famous lady in the Akuffo-Addo administration. She was in the government from 2001 until 2008, Cecilia Dapaah. And after 2008, the NDC came into office. The NDC, we understand and we remember, had won a campaign on the back of corruption charges leveled by word of mouth against their opponents, the MPP, in the 2008 campaign. Very well done. I have to say the propaganda was great. Cecilia Dapaah was never charged for any criminal corruption or stealing offense by the NDC. The 8 years of the NDC went without anybody questioning her because she had been a minister in the Akuffo administration. In 2016, Akuffo-Addo was elected and called on Cecilia Dapaah again to serve in his government. Cecilia Dapaah then served in the government, beginning as Minister for Aviation and then later on as Minister for Sanitation. And Cecilia Dapaah has now resigned from government with 1 year to go, so about almost 7 years as minister. And she had a life in between politics, going back to her private practice, working with her husband. And before the Akuffo administration, Cecilia Dapaah was, as they say, already Cecilia Dapaah. She had been Bantama MP for 2 terms, the famous Bantama. She was member of parliament. If, and it's a big if for the work that she has done, can you put the figures there? If for the work, the money bag, 200,000, if for the work that she has done, we can boldly, hand on heart, say that Cecilia Dapaah cannot have 200,000, that's the question for you to answer. Okay. Now let's go to the 800,000, the big one, the 800,000 one, and the controversy surrounding it. Okay, so who is the owner of the 800,000 one? Please, unfortunately for the family, I have to put the obituary on, and then we can deal with it. Okay, so this is the man, Nana Kwesi Sang the second. This is him. He is reported to be the owner. This is Cecilia. Do they look alike a little bit? I don't know. Yeah, viewers, you can tell. This is Nana Kwesi's son. Now, he's a chief, and he is Cecilia Dapaah's brother, who died, unfortunately, at an early and ripe age of 60. And that happened very, very recently. And soon thereafter, the mother also died. So let's see who he is. Nana Kwesi's son, the second, was the Numuahine of Otumfuo-Osei-Tutu II. He was a farmer, a contractor, and a manufacturer of security boots supplied in Ghana and in some West African countries like La Côte d'Ivoire. His company name is CDN. That's the name of his company. Now, his profile is that, not as much detail, but the company name is there, CDN Company. People can check. And we can check and find out whether, given the life he led and given the things he did, manufacturer, contractor, and the manufacturer of security boots for police, fire service, and all of that, supplying to Ghana and other West African countries, given all that profile, is he able to have $800,000 at the time just before he died? 800,000. So when Auntie Sisi said in her statement that there are discrepancies, the police had added the 800,000 to the 200,000 to be 1 million without giving the particulars. So if you read the statement, you see the particulars. But in the general statement, that because the police are investigating and they are prosecuting, so they are prosecuting you for stealing 1 million. They don't give the particulars of 800 was for this person, 900 was for this person, 200 was for this person. But that also sent a wrong signal to the general public that some 1 million, Cecilia has $1 million in her house. She says, my money is $200,000. It's for me. My husband's money is 300,000 euros for him. This one is not for me nor my husband. it is from my brother, and everybody in the family knows that I'm the one keeping it.
Now, Paul Adom Otchere, nah, it's simple. It's just to break down. Now, I'll say the $1 million. $1 million now, you be and say, hey, scale also. Scale yes, kaketwa. I'll say only $800,000. Hey, my brother, hey, Cecilia Dapaah, and near Bear Madia. Cecilia Dapaah, near Benin. And $800,000 yaniza. Say okay. 200,000 this is the Panagasa Nize. Or a minister and everything always can to $200,000 a day. It's nothing. You won't be identical. I wouldn't have to tell. But you see, Ghana ha Obiani Mobi. Somebody knows somebody and somebody too knows somebody. And we've also chanced on a video where somebody is, giving a rebuttal to that assertion. Say, yes, say almost say, Cecilia Dapaah brother, na $800,000. What did he? Only she holds a different, a contrary view.
Me, I make me one come on. Na Auntie Cecilia, into what's in the one you are going entry, I will your shoemaker, our bantama. I actually. When ya akunya kwatena sukudi hineka kra ansa no wo free mu na nataluta what's no $1 million eh Auntie Cecilia nada na wonka no kra na sika baby free buy ye nhunu na asem ye etuontwa nenti kwakuna ntwi mate se wo se sika we nyina eh omo papa dia na so omo ka so omo ba beji a enkwala no ma ye bone ana just in trouble on my wood. I told him, see, what do you say? So free tema. On to Bantma. Oh, Cecilia Dapaah, me walk at him, so when your bants many. Taman yet to say, oh, yes. Now, when you are the same, Quakuna and Dreams so, and yet Nanette Bantma. Mamma, some who can get me in TSU. When you are Bama Bapona, or the say, what one or no in any case into Grammy Mooney. But entry, I'm not sure I know $1 million. You know,
now you've heard it. Ghana, don't think nobody knows. Maybe this one cannot be tendered in court. To say so, like I say, it's an evidence. But in reality, for you and I watching this update on Cecilia Dapaah story, somebody said $800,000 out of the $1 million. Cecilia Dapaah, the brother, dear. Obisu say, uniano, yenimini pa. So, or a shoemaker, so, or could he knows, no nishi. But Paul Adom Otchere is making us to believe that family niya jitna se kase. Or else can it do one? Say, young fam breasts that the permanent friends see the fear, and yet, if you say, only fear dear, or your minister into police for on between amma a better security for the money. But to you watching me, $800,000 and yes car you didn't qualify. And yes car does more. And for all the stories I had in now, Siano, omu yini kakaka, and this a casa. Can you say Canadian? Asa. Paul Adom Otchere went further to tell us that $800,000 in the nation box in the Akuffo-Addo box nini. But as you and I have already heard, Otchere said Akuffo-Addo oman terms can now room once. No, they took it smaller thing need. It's a box. Or say a box. It's a box here. I wish would have said a box in the table. Who said it? Or this a box in the $800,000 in the shape. The brainy and Akuffo-Addo is coming kakaka. Well, your guess is I just don't want to keep this to myself. Please hit on the comment section. Tell us your mind. Just you are watching this video. Tell us your mind. Speak your mind to us, and let us know what your viewpoint is. Also, so let's jump to the 300,000 euro. Paul Adom Otchere, according to Paul Adom Otchere, or say the $300,000 belongs to the husband of Madam Cecilia Dapaah, Mr. Daniel something. Is it Daniel Poko or Daniel whatever? Or say Papa no, he is an architect, and for that matter, he has a lot of money. He has a lot of money. So be or your architecture always can be there. $300,000 something small, chicken change be or the two fee. Into a Ghana for whether Uji and Wunjindi and fan on the credit wabaka and there were the charge sheet in so or say the charge sheet in what court no. But believe you and I, the story reported on Chronicle no, did not give this this breakdown. Indeed, if the journalist no all court in your he would have written it the same. Into where lies the truth? Okay, to us where or see, he never mentioned anything about the over millions of Ghana cedi. One, he never mentioned anything about the jewelry, no, any papa no jacket, nas, ayerano, no. His only concentration was on the figures, no, $1 million, 300,000 euro. The rest, no, he didn't mention. But you and I have also come to the knowing the new update, which is also at the description. You can also watch it at our description. That when Yoko, I said Yoko, not Yoko, but the Office of the Special Prosecutor, or call me, or move in the field back when I will cantonment, that is the government property as a minister on Tinemuno. They found over 800,000 Ghana cedis. That took them 5 hours or so to count. Well, but what I want you to understand is that from whichever angle you are coming from, for us, we'll report whatever they are saying to you. But remember, the truth will always stand. The case will continue to go to the court, but we only caution that nobody should go and change the charge sheet because Ghanaians already know the story. We already know that this story came a year ago. Nkofan tintin na ade nenenam fom. But sisi ade yehu yate. E mama nkosesa ade because yate say omo nenam police headquarters. Yeah. And a police your friend the OSP so the fence the whole docket no akwa koma Attorney General's office. Because sisi ade I say 3 different agencies are now looking into this. Now remember, any case you listen to me. Any case number 1. When you report a case to the police and they commence investigations and they get to where you need to take the case to court, before you go to court, you submit the docket to the Attorney General's office and then they will give approval for you to send it to court. So why is it that now, say a case in a court that I just say, police is Attorney General. And then the CCR, OSPI, yes, I saw Attorney General. Your guess is as good as mine. Write your comment at the comment section and let's talk about it. Please don't forget to subscribe to our page. Today is the first time you're watching our video. We are so happy you're watching our video. Please like this video and then subscribe to the page and help us to grow. Thank you. Share this video to other persons, other friends and loved ones that you have. Tell them that the Spotlight is here to stay and we'll meet again another time to say bye.